Hello. Okay, just had an inquiry. Not a case I'm going to be able to accept, but let me explain why. It was a person who was 67 years old and is suffering from some pretty significant, potentially disabling impairments and wants to file for Social Security disability. Can he or she file at that time? The answer is no. We can't file for Social Security disability essentially within a year prior to turning our full retirement age. This is because the disability has to legally last at least 12 months or be expected to before we're eligible. It's a duration requirement. That's one thing. And when a person is 67 or within a year of 67, assuming that's their full retirement age, and given the fact that most of us now will have an age 67 retirement age, those of us that are not yet of retirement age, that leaves filing for it, even if you are disabled, not worthy, because you're never going to be able to prove that you were disabled for more than a year before disability is off the table anyway. And when I say off the table, that means if we were on disability prior to age 77, we are off it when we turn full retirement age. It turns into Social Security retirement. We are no longer on the ranks of the disabled. We are no longer getting paid from the disability fund. We're getting paid from the other fund. So I just briefly responded to this fellow in an email, just letting him know that if he hasn't filed for Social Security yet, he doesn't have to do it and cannot do it via the SSD program. He would be doing it through the SSR program. And that's my terminology, SSR, Social Security Retirement. So if he hasn't filed, that's what he's going to want to do. He's going to, in that case, get the same exact amount virtually that he would be getting if he filed for Social Security disability, proved a big, long medical battle, and prevailed. But he doesn't have to do that because he's old enough to collect it in the version called retirement. It is going to be the same amount, and there's no basis on which he would even want to file for disability. Now, what if he really already did file for Social Security retirement? I don't know the answer to this for this individual, but it could be where he took disability at 62, may or may not have worked part-time permissibly while doing so. I'm sorry, did I say disability? I mean retirement at 62. Early retirement. As you know, that's a discounted version, because if you're going to take that many extra payments by taking them early, they have to come off the top of your amount for the rest of your life to pay for them. So if he did collect early retirement, it is too late for him now to file for disability, for more than one reason, but for the fact that you can't at 67, but also you would never be disabled long enough, payable long enough before it ended. But now also he can't, it could be that the person's wish is to now prove I'm disabled and get a higher amount because I took that 62 amount and it's not really as attractive as the amount I should be getting now had I waited. Taking early has its downfalls, clearly, and this is one of them. And it's unfortunate, I do see plenty of people who take early retirement because it's there and available. It's quite the carrot, but they're not disabled or they don't file for SSD. And they do later regret, when times get tough, inflation rises, Social Security does not keep up with inflation despite the COLAs, many people would say. And now you're living on the discounted amount for the rest of your life. Particularly painful, I think, when at 62, perhaps someone took early retirement saying, yeah, but I can go out and earn another 15,000 while doing so. And that's completely legitimate, and it is. And I'll be good. Well, what happens when you can't do that part-time job making $15,000 anymore? And now you're just stuck with the early retirement amount that you agreed to because you wanted to take it early. I think it's something that people really have to think about. And I get the side where we're like, well, you know, I don't know how long I'm going to live, so I'm going to take it now so they don't get to keep it and I don't get anything. I do get that, particularly for for unhealthy people who really think they're going to pass, you know, and not live a long time. So it is such a consideration. But if you're not going to live, it's not going to matter. If you do live and you're living as more of a pauper, that's when it matters because you're alive. The rest of it, you don't even, you won't even know about. So just think long and hard before you take it early, guys. I see too many people that are really struggling on the age 62 amount that they're now living on when they can't even do a little part-time gig. So, and again, Social Security disability, you cannot file for it at 67. And I would say anytime about a year prior. I'm not even wrapping in the 5-month waiting period, so it could be longer than that. But yeah, you can't do that. It just doesn't work. So you either hold out until retirement, presumably, and then collect, or if you've already collected early retirement, you're kind of stuck with it. Okay. Ciao for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.